Hi everyone, welcome to another cool tool review. And my name is Owen Magabinawo, and I'm with HYVA, which stands for HireYourVirtualAssistant.com. See, what I started doing is I started looking for tools out there that cloud-based online tools that entrepreneurs can use, and find very beneficial to their business. I review them, and instead of just creating a review where it's me talking about the product, or the service or whatever, I actually go out there and get the CEOs and top officials who are responsible for the product to come on this show and not only show us how to use the tool, but also to get to know the people behind the products. Well, that's why I have the cool tool reviews. Well, today's product is very unique in the sense that, first of all, it's called PURLM, which is that's PURLEM, and you can find it at PURLEM.com. And the CEO is Marty Thomas. And let me backtrack to how I came across this tool. Every business owner, needs to be marketing his business, his or her business. And one way that you can market is through direct mail, sending out mails to people, and hopefully have the good copy that gets them to take an action. And if you're like me, if you continuously get direct mail, postcards and all that, you just throw them away because after a while you're just like, you know what, it's too much, man. I don't want to deal with this. I throw it away. One day I got a used car company. I think it was one of these used car companies sent me a flyer, but on the postcard, actually, not only was there their website URL, so the website of the company, at the very end was my name. And I was like, how do they have my name on their website? I mean, instead of throwing away the flyer, I had to go look, type in the URL and added at the very end my name as it was written in the postcard. And lo and behold, a page opened up on the website, and there was a marketing video, something about buying a car. And I actually paid attention to it because I never knew that there was something like this. So I researched the technology behind it, and what it's actually called, it's called PURL, which is personal URLs. I mean, so you have the URLs and you have a personal in front of it, meaning that they have the ability to add your name or whatever kind of information to a URL, and the beauty about this is it gets you to take an action, and it takes you to a point where you get in front of a computer and type in the URL and add your name to it based on the fact that that's what was sent to you, and it goes on to a message where you can see what the product is about. So I feel if that can actually get me to take action, imagine what if you use such technology for yourself, how beneficial it will be to your business. And so I really researched this and trying to find an affordable option that gets the job done. And I found PURLM, and I'm excited to have Marty Thomas today to talk to us about his product. I look forward to talking to you at the end of the interview. Hi everyone. Today I have Marty Thomas from PURLM on the call. Every now and then I find a tool that I think that small business owners will find useful, and this is a tool that relates to being used in direct mail, because you always have to find different ways to market your services to prospective clients. And I found a tool that I think I needed to get the person who's responsible for the creation on the tool on the call to explain to you. So go ahead, Marty, explain. Introduce yourself to my audience, and we can get started from there.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I appreciate you having me on here. So, but yeah, I mean, PURLM. For those of you that aren't interested or familiar with PURLs. PURLs are a way to kind of track your marketing efforts. A lot of people that use it kind of tie it in with direct mail, postcards. They might use it for their email marketing. But basically, PURLs allow you to not only track your marketing, but then they also allow you to create personalized websites, increase your response rates, and kind of all that jazz. So that's kind of PURLs in a nutshell.
And PURLs, that is like PURL. That's just so that someone who doesn't know what that is. Let's give them kind of a intro into what PURLs are. So what are PURLs in the first?
Yeah, it's a little marketing jargon, I guess. So but PURLs just stand for personalized URLs. Yeah. So it's just the URLs that you type into the browser. It's just going to be personalized. That URL is going to be personalized to the person that's visiting. I like to use, automotive dealerships have a lot of success with this, right? Okay. So I like to use automotive dealerships, and let's just use Honda as an example. Let's say it's Honda.com is the normal website. Honda's personal URL will be Honda.com/Joe Smith.
Okay.
But obviously it would be personalized to whoever's visiting. It could be Joe Smith, it could be Sally White, it could go on and on, right?
So the person's name is attached to the URL.
It's actually part of the URL itself, right? And that is what is known as the PURL in the marketing world. It's kind of a new technology. It's fun, It's kind of up and coming. More and more people are starting to know about it. And the reason I got in and started creating PURLum was that it is a simple technology. It might be hard to kind of grasp at first, the whole concept, but the technology behind it is really quite simple. And I started looking at getting into it for my small business. I was a web consultant at the time, and I was like, hey, I'm going to market my services through postcards. Yeah. So people told me, they're like, hey, you should use PURLs for that. So I started looking into it, and I'm like, I'm a small business. There's no way I can afford to lay out $8,000 to test out the service just to see if it's going to work, right?
Yeah.
So I started looking into it, and I have a background in development, so I was just like, let me try to see if I can't put this together myself. And I did, and that's kind of where it started, and some other printers kind of got interest and really helped me to perfect the system, make PURLum what it is today. And so today it's exactly that. It's a affordable and simple solution to PURLs or personal URLs.
Yeah, and I just want to share with people my own personal experience with the PURLs, the personal URLs. I got a mail from, I think, a car dealership myself too, and I saw, a car dealership, the URL, like, is it, what's the name? .cars, Honda something, and .com, and then I saw my name. After that, I was like, what's this? Usually I just throw away the direct mail. I was like, that got me to the point where I got on the computer, typed in the whole thing, and put my name at the end of it, and it took me to a page where they had my own name, as like a big, the first thing I see is the big, representation of my name on there, and then they give me the message.
Right.
And I actually stayed to listen, and I was like, man, the uses for this thing is, there's a lot of things you can use it for, because we all know that, people, they get bombarded by a lot of, mails and all that stuff, and we're always trying to find ways to catch people's attention, and I think it's a good tool that will catch the people's attention and get them to at least do something. It at least got me to do something.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it does. It does increase response rates quite a bit, and I think the large majority of it is just curiosity, like you said. People see their name in a URL, they're like, "Well, what's this going to be if I go here?"
Yeah.
So there's absolutely a portion of curiosity that'll just drive people to the website just to check what is this all about. So so that's part of it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want people to see more details about this tool, because anytime I find something that I think is useful, I want to bring the person responsible for it on the show, and let us go through kind of like a demo, because I want to get some insight into the product. So when you're ready, go ahead. Let's set it up.
Okay, I think I can do this little screen sharing here. Where we are here, let me show you how I got to this page first. But this is a typical PURL page. I'm going to show you a real basic PURL page. Obviously, the sky's the limit when it comes to personalizing web pages like this. But when I came here, if you can see in this URL, I'm sure it's going to be very, very hard to see on a screen, especially using Skype like this. But where I'm at here is it's the PURLcampaign.com, and it's just a domain name I created, and I used it in PURLM software. So I'm going to go to PURLcampaign.com/Marty.Thomas. That's my name here. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to hit submit. So basically, I'm just going to my PURL and type that into the URL and hit submit here. What it's doing is coming up and bringing up the URL. And here we are on URL. It's just the same page here. You can see it welcomes me by my name here. This is all variable content. This content's all being brought in depending on the person that's visiting the site. You see there's more, there's more customization here for the page. And for this particular campaign, it's just an example campaign that I like to use to show people the technology. It's for a printing company. Obviously, it's just an example printing company, but this whole idea is they just want to get the position of the person that's visiting the page. I mean, every campaign has a goal, right? Some campaigns want to get an email address. Some campaigns want to get a phone number or a snail mail number or a snail mail address. This campaign, they want to know my position in the company. So I'll say, you know what, I'm the owner, and yeah, you know what, I'd like to learn more about PURLs, and I'm going to enter to win a T-shirt and an iPad. Imagine that, huh?
Yeah.
So I'd hit submit. Yeah, exactly. So, basically that's this is a personalized page in a nutshell. When I visited this page, obviously it gives me a nice little thank you page, and it thanks me for submitting the information. At the same time, this is the back end of PURLM. This page tells me, and this is actually my profile here. Let me go to the results page here. Back in now. So the people that actually run the campaign can actually log into a page like what you see here.
Yeah.
And you see that, Marty Thomas, which is me, visited the page. And the first time I visited the page was on July 10th. So that's why those results are here. We can obviously go back in, and I'll just show you how easy it is to add a new contact to the system. I'm just going to click on contacts and add a new contact. And I'm just going to say the name Joe Smith. And that's a new contact I just added to my campaign here. And so as soon as Joe's added here, a little bit of a slow connection. I can go back to my page here. I'm going to go to PURLcampaign.com because that's the domain I'm using, /Joe.Smith, the same campaign I just added, or the same customer or client I just added here. And it should redirect me here to Joe's PURL page. And you see here it welcomes Joe now. So it changed from Marty to welcoming Joe, as you see here. And if we go, same thing for Joe, he can enter in his position and request more information about PURLs, hit submit, that kind of stuff. If we go back to our results, now I'm back into the campaign dashboard. I have Joe and Marty in this campaign now. And you can see Joe visited the site today. That's what we just did. Okay. It's instant, it's on there. At the same time, you can send out response emails. You can send a response email back to Joe instantly saying, hey Joe, thanks for submitting the information. You can also send an email to your sales team or to yourself saying, Joe Smith just visited your landing page. Give him a call, do the proper follow-up, that kind of jazz, right?
Yeah.
So it's all real time. It's a great tool for following up with salespeople or with with prospects and that kind of stuff. So that's basically it in a nutshell. So as far as design of this page, the sky's the limit. And all that stuff. So for sure, yeah.
So basically, how does the tool basically get the information that it displays? I guess there's a way you have to upload the information into it, right?